Good evening, ladies. This is Diane Tuggle from the Happy Scrapbooker, and I'm here this evening to make a beautiful Christmas card with you. It is going to be an easel card. The name of the stamp set is called A Child is Born. It's a photopolymer stamp set, so it's a clear stamp. This is an easel card, so it stands up like that. Folds flat to mail. I'm going to show you 3 different versions of it. So here's one that is made with a floating element. So when I cut out my arch dies and I cut out the center, and I have this floating star right here. What it is floating on is a little tiny piece of acetate. Can you see that? And it's an easel card also in that it props up right here. On this one, I used the arches several different ways. I stamped the little cradle and the baby lamb also, put it on the inside. Stars here, for unto us a child is born. And this is using our wood grain papers, and it's colored in with Stampin' Blends. So that's one version of it. Here's another one done in Pretty Peacock and Basic Beige and Crumb Cake. So this is a beautiful gold and Pretty Peacock paper that we have. And there's the cardstock in Pretty Peacock and Basic Beige. I got some gold glimmer paper. This is Crumb Cake. This is a little verse that says, "Good tidings to you," and this is our gold metallic trim. What's it called? Open weave trim. So for an easel card, you need to make a little place for it to prop up and stand, but it does fold flat to mail. And so today we're going to do this one. And I think this is, I'm not sure which is my favorite, either the peacock one or the blue one. But this one has a basic beige base. It has some mercury gold vellum. And then this is Misty Moonlight Blue and Crumb Cake. And you can see they're colored to kind of look like the Willow Tree Angels or the Willow Tree Nativity, in that they don't have faces. They have white on, and they have the hair colored, and that's how the Willow Tree Angels and Nativity are. And this has that beautiful open weave trim. This is Peace, and then you open it up, and it says, "When they saw the star, they rejoiced." And I have some stars in there, so that is the one we're going to make today. Let me put these other ones aside. Put my trim there. So we're going to be using the Everyday Arches dies. We're using 1, 2, 3, 4 of them, and we're going from the largest down to the 4th largest. So the largest we're cutting in, whoops, that's not it. I dropped it. We're cutting in the basic beige color. And then the next size is the gold. And this is mercury vellum. It was last year's product, but I had several packs of it left over. You could use plain gold metallic paper, or any kind of a specialty paper, glitter paper would be pretty. So there's that. And then the next one down is in the Misty Moonlight Blue. I believe that's Misty Moonlight. And the next size down is the Crumb Cake, and that's where we're going to stamp our nativity. I'll go ahead and show you the pieces you're going to need. So you're going to need a base and That's the one thing I didn't cut. I'm going to cut it real quick. It's not straight. So the base is 4 1/4 by 11, and you're going to score it at 5 1/2 in the middle. So 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2, and then scored again at 2 3/4. So let's reinforce this so that it stays straight. For some reason, it seems to want to be wonky. Okay, there we go. So this is the base for your easel card. It goes like this, makes a little triangle. And you're going to need a liner for the card to write on, and I used Very Vanilla, just a shade lighter, in 4 by 5 1/4. And you're going to need some pieces for the inside right here. This is the Misty Moonlight, and that is 4 by 2 1/2. And then another piece of basic beige, that is 2 by 3 3/4, and that's where we're going to stamp. And then I cut a piece that is 2 inches, 2 inches, 2 by 1 1/4 to stamp the greeting on for the front of the card. And then in the vellum and in the crumb cake, I made my stopper. So the stopper is 4 inches by 2 inches, and it's going to go right here. And I cut a piece of vellum exactly the same, 4 by 2, to put on top of it. So let me put these over here to the side. A couple other things that we're going to be using. We're going to need a little scrap of glitter paper, and that's what I cut my star out of. Now this die is a really old die that I've had, but this is the perfect size star. You could cut it on your Cricut, or if you have, this is from about 3 years ago, I think, when they had all different size stars, and they're like, look like that. We're going to use an embossing folder. So this is the Distress Tile embossing folder, and I did one of them, or 2 of them. I wanted you to see it. It kind of looks like a cathedral window to me. So that's why I used that one. I used it on the basic beige and on the blue Misty Moonlight. And then we are also going to be using the Christmas Words Collage Hybrid Embossing Folder. So that is this right here with the gold paper. So what it does, you can use it without the cutting die and just get an embossed piece of paper with all these words, which is really pretty. Or you can cut all these words by sticking this in here, and it slides into place, and when it does, it cuts all these words. So, I mean, there's some really cool ones in here. Wonder, Good Tidings to You, that would be a good one on this. I used Peace on that one. So, those are the other pieces that we're using. I'll put them away. And we'll go ahead and put our card together. So we're going to go ahead and do our stamping. So this is going to be this one and this one. And we're going to stamp in the Night of Navy ink. So I want it to be really nice and dark. We're going to stamp when they saw the star, they rejoiced. So we're going to just lightly tap in there, press down and up. So there's that piece, and then the little piece is for unto us a child is born. Tap right in the center, and ooh, that one didn't turn out real good. I pressed it too hard. That ink is really juicy. There we go. That works. Paper has two sides. So we'll put that ink away. And I already used my Memento black ink to stamp the Nativity. And for that, let me turn my chair around and sit my butt down. We're going to go ahead and color. So I'm going to color the hair first. I'm using a Spectrum Noir colored pencil. This one is dark timber. And these color really well. I'm just coloring the hair. It's kind of a dark medium brown. And if you go over it again, it will get darker. Now her hair is down here in the space between the coat and her neck. There's some hair, and then her hair. So that's all the brown. And now I'm using these white pencils from, where are they from? Kozan is what it's called. Creative Mayor Artist Products. There's 12 of them in a package. And I'm going to get a new one out that's sharper. I don't have time to sharpen. But what you're going to do is color the clothing. And it's very light, but when you finish, it shows up well. These are soft leads, and they color really nicely. And get her little sleeve. And her gown. I'll stick it up close in just a second so you can see the difference. See, when you look at the gown here and the baby, it's not colored yet. See the difference? So we'll color him. It's probably better if you don't go over the black lines with the pencil, but I'm going to be in a hurry, so I'm just coloring. Color his robe. I love this look with the white pencils. Oops, I did forget one thing with the brown. I forgot to color his staff. There, that makes it stand out. So that is the coloring. All right, so we've stamped and colored. One other piece we need to stamp, I forgot, are the little stars on the inside. Where is that? It was out here. There it is. Nope, that's the deer. I mean the lamb. Okay. So I thought it needed these little stars right here. So I just gently do that. Okay, that's enough. Let me wipe my fingers off. If I don't, I'll have ink all over everything. Do your hands get like that? It's nice, juicy ink. It'll wash off. Okay, we're going to go ahead and assemble our card. So this piece goes right in the center here. And I'm going to use a tape runner. And I'm going to put it right in the center, and it goes right here. So I really, really love this look. So now we're going to put the liner in. And it's just centered about right there. Okay, now we are going to stack our pieces. So you can see I did the blue, then I have the gold, and then I have this. So we're going to stack these up and put it over here to the side. I am going to use wet glue for that. Let's see if the wet glue is going to come out, or if I need to stick a pin in it. Okay, so make sure you turn your vellum over where the white side, because the gold is what we want up. And you could just put it right in the middle. And the reason I say that is vellum is see-through. And sometimes glue will show through, but this doesn't with all this gold stuff on it. Okay, then on this one, I did not do the embossing on the blue, but I thought it needed it, so I went ahead and did it. And we're going to glue that on. And I'm kind of line these up at the bottom. There we go. Now for this one, we are going to pop it up. So I'm going to use some dimensionals. Okay. We want it to adhere really well to that embossed piece of paper. Okay, take these little backings off. Almost done. One more. There we go. So we're gonna put that down to the bottom there and pop it up so it gives it a little dimension. And then we're gonna take our star, and you know the we have real pretty dark blue glitter paper, that glimmer paper this year that would be pretty to do the star in also. I'm just gonna glue it down, make sure I've got it going the right way. I think those are the pointier ones. The star kind of sticks up at the top, so don't put any glue in the very top. And we're going to put that right there. That's really pretty. Okay, let's go ahead and put the base pieces on. So we're going to pop this one up. And that's to make the little stopper for the, well, that's crooked. It'll just have to be crooked. It's on there now. Okay, just to stop the easel part from sliding. So this I'm gonna put right here. And then I'm going to put some of the wet glue right here. And this is the exact same size. Just jazzes it up a little. So now we just need to glue this on, center it, and use wet glue, and you're not gluing the whole back, you're going halfway down. So you could put your glue on here, but you got to make sure you don't go off on the edges because this doesn't go all the way across. So maybe we will do that. That way we'll know we get the glue. Okay, and we'll go ahead and put him down. Okay, so now we need to put for unto us a child is born, and I'm going to put it kind of over here because I'm going to stick my bow over to the side. So we're going to go ahead and put that down. This time I'm going to try to center it better. And then I'm going to pick a word. I put peace there that time. Joy is a little too big unless we put it like that. I don't know. I don't think. Let's find peace again. I know I cut another one. Joy. Seasons, greetings, good tidings. Where's peace? We sure don't want Santa on this one. Hope. Another joy. Here it is, peace. Okay, so I want my peace to go right here. And I'm going to put a little bit of dimensional on the back of that. Use the edge piece. And I'm going to put it across there. And just stick it right here in the center of that. This is where you can write. And now we're going to put our ribbon on here. So this ribbon, ooh, is so nice and light, and it ties really pretty. So we're going to put this right here. And we're going to go over top of everything. And I'm not going to, I'm trying not to waste any of this, so. Going to tie our knot right here. I need to use my tweezers to hold it, but there we go. Okay, now I just need to trim this off. There we go. And we will put this just like so. Let me reinforce this. It wants to bounce up. Okay, there we go. There. And that ribbon adds so much to this. It's just so light and delicate. So these are exactly alike. And then we have the one with the pretty peacock and gold paper. Oh, that gold paper is beautiful. And then we have the one that's a floating element. And I did 2 stars and offset them so that the back wouldn't be unfinished. So I have a light blue, it's kind of a green blue, and the blue right there. And these markers, I use Cloud Cover, SU 600, and I used light and dark of gray granite. And for my stopper, I did half of the arches and then a whole one for the inside. So I hope you like it. I hope you will try making this card. It's really fast and easy. It would be a great one to teach some of your class members if you do that, if you're a demonstrator. And it's a great one you can produce in bulk too. So this will be pretty with reds and creams. Be real pretty. And the gold. So I hope you liked it. And I want to thank my customers for their orders. I've had quite a lot of them lately. And today's November the 4th, and Stampin' Up! Has 2 new kits and all kinds of online exclusive come out. So there's more to buy, ladies. And those card kits are a great thing for a gift. They make a really nice gift, especially for people that are home by themselves a lot and want to occupy their mind, because they're really simple, but you really have beautiful product when you finish. So thank you for your orders, and as always, when you order from me, I send you a little goodie of a thank you of appreciation. So have a great day, ladies.